I was very pleased, and in making the right turn, which was a little alien to me, I banked a little bit steeper to keep it where I wanted, and the ball stayed in the middle, and it was just a very nice flying airplane, now that I've gotten accustomed to it. So I'm very pleased with its handling characteristics.
Well, I think after doing this for 3 years, I think we're going to retire at least for a while. Maybe if we live long enough, we'll entertain bringing it out for its 100th anniversary in 2011. But before that, we got other things we're doing quite as significant. But at least we'll have some information to go on. And we've learned first off, we've learned the center of gravity problem is not really a problem because this wing has a center of lift so far back, and that's studied by when we researched the Eiffel studies. It brought that out. Basically the same wing as on the Model E flying boat, and basically the same wing as on the Hudson Flyer. So we should learn a lot from this one how the Hudson Flyers can fly.
It's amazing how they learned it a lot quicker than we did. Well, I would like to see us do a gear up latch mechanism. I don't know if you have any ideas for that.
We got to do that. We kind of went by the print on it, and there's got to be, it's a toggle lock down on the gear, and we got to figure out a way to unlock that when you're moving ahead. It doesn't want to unlock for sure, because we tried that in the taxi ride I took, and I broke the handle of the gear retracting mechanism just because we were moving ahead. As soon as we slow down, of course, the boat tends to sink. It's kind of like a high-performance surfboard. You got to really be moving on this thing before you put much weight on it. And even with our slightly wider float than the original, which turned out Curtis had to do the same thing on his. He had to add width, but the location, the profile of it is such that if you put that out in the deep water and got off it, it would sink stern first. It would go right up in the air.
If you wasn't a pilot.
If you didn't have a pilot. So it's real tricky, and then we can certainly pass that information on to the next guy, that if you got to stop the engine out at sea, you got to get on the bow real quick.
Well, that's great. Well, I've enjoyed our talk today. Thank you very much for the info.